Welcome to the City Current Show, powered by Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services.
This show focuses on sharing good news and powering the good in our community. Now here's your host, City Current CEO, Jeremy Park.
Welcome to the City Current Show, powered by Higginbotham. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good. And we love Ronald McDonald House, Charities of Memphis. That's why we're honored to have with us their executive director, Jill Crocker. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Absolutely. You all do tremendous good when it comes to keeping families together, focused on healing. But let's dive in. When you talk about Ronald McDonald House, Charities of Memphis, give us some of the history back in 1991.
Yes. Well, we've been open for 33 years. And we serve St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And we've served over 13,000 families. And it's really for families that are coming here for treatment. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is not really an admitting hospital. They do have hospital beds, but there's a great need for housing and to keep families together during a really serious time in the life of their family.
Give us a little bit of a teaser, kind of a virtual walkthrough in terms of the facility, because when you think about a home, you have these amazing furnished rooms, you have kitchens, you have, the ability to have family meals, there's a play area. I mean, it's a home. So give us a tour.
Well, it is home. We are on 13.1 acres of land in the heart of Memphis, directly across Danny Thomas from the hospital. And we have 53 rooms. We can accommodate 53 families, but the facility is massive. We have 2 game rooms. We have a full service kitchen that serves the families. We have an additional kitchen and dining area. It's really expansive. And while it is home away from home, it meets the needs of providing a community. And we have a brand new, beautiful playground that was just installed a few months ago. And the children, we have to call them in to play bingo now at night. They don't want to come in. It's just like us growing up. They don't want to come in for dinner because they're having such a good time. But it's such a beautiful place because of the grounds and the green space. We're very fortunate.
When you think about them smiling, having a good time, not wanting to come in and eat dinner because they're kids, they're enjoying life, right? That's what it's about. And I think the magic of what you're talking about is for a family to be together, for their child going through a very difficult circumstance, fighting for their lives, fighting cancer. I think it's really important, and all the research shows when a family is together and they can focus on healing and health together, that benefits the trajectory for the child. So talk about the importance of what you do, keeping the family together so that they can focus on hope and healing.
Well, I think, there is no charge or no expense for a family to be able to, at the worst point in your life, come into a welcoming place, know you have a meal, know you have a safe and secure place to stay. And also, there's such a joy whenever, like, all the family shows up and siblings are reunited. Grandma comes and they get to visit. And, right now with the holiday coming up, a lot of families are coming, additional family members. And it just makes a huge difference. And even in the worst circumstances, we've had families that just say the Ronald McDonald House was able to provide a wonderful place for some of the last memories of our families. And we're a house of hope. It's not about sadness for us. It's about creating a home away from home. But there is something very special about a family having the time and not having to worry about the financial resources to be together. And just in the craft room, the kids go up there with their moms and dads and make crafts. And, there's all sorts of things that they do. The playrooms are so popular. We have a baby grand piano in the center of the A side. We have a pianist that comes. We have families that play the piano. And just that sense of being normal and everything's okay. And I love when the other children make friends with the other families staying there. It's powerful. The sense of community and having another family that's in it with you, it does make all the difference. Family-centered healthcare changes the whole trajectory of what you said of healing. And we see it day to day, the happiness and just this shared blessing of knowing there's a safe place for your family to all be together. Mom, dad, grandma, uncle, other siblings. It's just a beautiful thing.
For those who know the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital side of things, in many cases, when a child, receives a diagnosis from a physician, a specialist in, other state, another country, even, in many cases, it's, hey, you're getting on a plane right now and you're going to Memphis to St. Jude. And so they come in, shell shocked in terms of like what's going on, uplifting, and uprooting their lives, and having to, for the parents kind of leave their jobs. So to have that where, to your point, a free place that they can stay and come and focus together as a family on healing their child is monumentally important on the expense side, saving that side, the stress reduction, and the ability to focus on the family. Talk about it too in terms of the average length of stay, the process, kind of how it works, because you are obviously working very closely with St. Jude. So talk about the process and some of those logistical pieces.
Well, we do. We have a wonderful partnership with our original partner, and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is such a blessing for what it does and the way that it's impacting not only children and pediatric cancer, but the whole world, the ideas and what they're coming up with. But basically, a family, after they've been recommended and referred, they'll contact housing at St. Jude, and we work together very closely. We talk, I don't know how many times a day, but it's determined based on the need, sometimes the age, length of stay, and we all work together, what is the best fit for this family? And, we work very closely together. The family will show up, and, one of our biggest things is to alleviate the fear and make it as easy as possible. And to say, in an hour, there's going to be a warm meal ready for you. And it's not anything you have to worry about. You can just go to the dining room. But it's very much a hand in glove. We rely upon our partner to help us place families that, we find usually that our families are staying between 6 to 9 months, but it is changing. Everything is changing. I think post-COVID, between treatments and the dynamics of families, we're seeing, a different model, and it's not bad. It's just different.
Yeah. And I think, to be kind of the calm in the chaos of what they're going through, just really powerful for what you're doing. And that leads us into some of the new developments, including Jackson, Tennessee. So talk about the exciting news of expansion.
Well, we are thrilled. And if you don't know, there are 380 international Ronald McDonald Houses around the world. We are unique in Memphis. We only serve one partner at this time. But our goal as a mission is to help families during a pediatric crisis, to help families that have a child in the hospital or undergoing treatment. But approximately, not quite 2 years ago, we had the opportunity to move and do a new location within the Hyatt that's being built in Jackson, Tennessee, on the campus of the hospital. We're working with West Tennessee Healthcare, and then our friends from down the street, Bonheur, we're working with Bonheur Children, and we're really thrilled. It will be a 20-room unit. It's a whole floor of the Hyatt. I'm from West Kentucky, West Tennessee. There's such a great need to take care of those families, especially in that regional setting. And I couldn't be any more excited. I really feel like the impact we can make to really do what we do in Memphis, just with a different regionality. But those families too are so underserved, and with Bonheur and the partnership with West Tennessee Healthcare, it's a great opportunity for us.
Talk about timing on that. I know that Q4 is projected, and so talk about kind of basic timing and expectations around that.
Our builder, our developer, David Hunt, he thinks we're going to make Q3. I'm being optimistic and saying, no, we better say Q4. I'm being realistic. But, unfortunately, it's like everything post-COVID. Some of it will be supply chain, but we are really looking at our partners for, multifunction too. Could it be that we do hospitality carts at the hospital? And maybe that starts sooner even. but we will have Pop Tab Palooza collecting your pop tabs in May in Jackson. But that community has been so warm and welcoming to us. And our McDonald's partner there, the Gamble family, everyone's just so excited. And it really is underserved. I'm so thankful Bonheur Children's is working there, working with the Jackson Clinic. There's a huge NICU population. So it is really needed, and it will provide, something that families don't have today. And once again, going back to the financial burden, many people may work in Jackson, but they live in outlying counties like, Weakley or O'Bine, Gibson, and it's a burden, and they want to be with their children, and this helps make a way for them.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Pop Tab Palooza, and so let's carry over that and talk about ways to support Ronald McDonald House Charities of Memphis. And, when you talk about then the expansion and all these different opportunities, that requires obviously financial donations to underwrite your efforts and impact. But also, too, when you talk about volunteerism, I know that our team, tours, serving meals, there's so many ways to physically plug in that are really important. And so talk about ways that we can financially and physically serve to help lift your efforts.
All right. Well, first of all, you can go to our website, rmhc-memphis.org, and you can find out many of these ideas and resources. But we love to have our volunteers. You can sponsor a meal now and help serve the meals to the family. Our culinary coordinator helps you, so there's nothing to be afraid of. And then you can also do like bingo or another activity. We have different crafts. That's one way to plug in. You can look at our wish list. We have lots of people that they send, we have certain weeks that, well, first of all, potato chips individually are the biggest, hottest item. We always need them. But people can go out there and just send it, or they can bring it to the house. Pop tabs are, and it's not an urban legend, it really helps the house. And it's a great way. We have neighborhood schools, the Jackson community and the Montessori school there. They're doing the Pop Tab Blues in Jackson. But the Pop Tab has the highest concentrate of aluminum. And also it's easier to carry around versus a can. And we can turn those in, and we have friends that help us get the highest price on the aluminum, and it makes a big difference. And it's also a great way to plug in children because it's something everyone can do. Other ways to help us, of course, be a part of our events. We've got Red Shoe Brew that's coming up in May. Radiothon is our largest and historic fundraiser. It's our day of giving that will happen the first Friday in November. But even as far as if you have a group that's interested, there are things like at Christmas time, wrapping gifts. We try to find a way to plug you in. And if you're curious about us, we're happy to give you a tour as well so you can find out more about our mission. And the other thing you can do, and I'd be remiss in not saying this, when you go through the drive-thru at McDonald's, please ask to round up. McDonald's is our forever partner and our mission partner. And that is a way, buying a Happy Meal can help us, and rounding up when you go through the drive-thru or when you go into your local McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's just a perfect example of how easy it can be, to do the things you're already doing and add an extra layer of purpose and make a difference. And it's funny because as you were talking about the pop tabs, I'm thinking, my parents in Texas will still save all those pop tabs, and they'll bring them out to us, and they'll say, here. So it's like, it makes a big difference. The little things add up quickly to make a big difference. And so share a little bit of just from your personal perspective, when you look at your ability to see the impact for you and your team and the families you serve, what puts a smile on your face when you look at, being able to really be a change maker?
Oh, listen, every day is a blessing. I'm from a financial sector background. I was in banking and commercial lending, and I love that. But this is something I can't really even compare, knowing that you're making a difference. And I love when the kids stop by. We had one child a few months ago they were dropping rubber duckies everywhere. And I would just smile. I'd have some by my office. And one day he came in and he wanted my Elvis ducky, and I gave it to him. I have those. And just, it's such a beautiful thing, but it's also so normal because they're just children. They're children, and they want to have fun. And sometimes we even forget that they're going through what they're going through because they just want to play on the playground. They just want to have maybe an extra cookie from Allie's Grill, or I don't know. It's so hard. My cup really runneth over because I love it so much. And I'm so thankful to our community for allowing us to be able to do this.
Well, I know you mentioned it before, but you never can say it enough in the world of media. So mention again, website, social media, where do we go to learn more and plug in with Ronald McDonald House Charities of Memphis?
Well, our website is rmhc-memphis.org. We're on Facebook and Instagram. We love to tell you about our mission, and but those are places that volunteer opportunities are there. Our wish list Wednesday items are there, and just what's going on, like those special events that we talked about. And there'll be more updates on Jackson, and we hope to have more exciting news later this year. It looks like we may be building a house in Jonesboro, Arkansas, and we're hoping for some fun things and great things going on in Memphis to once again help more families and really help the pediatric patient.
Yeah, I love it. Once again, Jill Crocker, Executive Director with Ronald McDonald House Charities of Memphis. Thank you for all you and your amazing team do to power the good. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services is proud to power the City Current Show. We're a people-first company that protects what matters most, the families, businesses, and trailblazers that keep our community going. As one of the nation's top independent insurance firms, Higginbotham is a single-source solution for business insurance, employee benefits, HR services, and personal insurance that's customized for you. We're here to serve you, the people you care about, and your community. Call 866-377-1959 or visit higginbotham.com.